me, or does it feel like every time you go out to eat that the service is like, it's... Okay, so me and my husband don't really get that many opportunities to go on dates. It seems like so long ago when it was just me and him and we could just go wherever we wanted. Oh man, I want some seafood. Let's go to the seafood buffet. Boom, bam. We get in the car and we go. Now it's a lot more difficult. These two mini-me's who want to do everything we do and they want to follow us and copy us all the time. We really get the opportunity to go out as often as we like to, and not to places that we'd like to, because we don't want to go like 3 hours away from our children when we have a babysitter to go to some fancy restaurants. So we tend to generally go to chain restaurants. And there's nothing wrong with chain restaurants. I love chain restaurants. I used to work at plenty of chain restaurants because I got fired all the time. I've probably been fired from at least 30 jobs. Maybe 32. So maybe that's why when we do go out, it's a big event for us because we don't ever get the chance to do it. So it's like, it's starting to mess with my head. I know it's not, I know this can't be real. There's not a giant conspiracy that all the restaurant servers are teaming up against us. But I swear, in the past 6 years that we've gotten the chance to pull, I think maybe I put too much into a date. I put too much into a date, I expect too much out of it because we don't do them very often, that when we get crappy service, it's like, this mess again. So anyway, we go to the restaurant, we're all excited, I'm all dressed up, he's all dressed up, we're like, whoa, there's no kids with us, what the crap. We're doing the happy parent dance, and we're excited, and you know, the hostess is like, your server is gonna be right with you, and we're like, okay. And we wait there, and then our, you know, waitress comes up to us, and she's like, oh, I've been here all day. Oh. Wow. So as the, you know, meal progresses, I'm noticing that she just totally disappears. It's like she takes her order and then she goes. Like when I used to waitress, I knew where everybody went. Smoke break. Everybody's going out the back, smoke. Or they're probably in the lane talking about you, because I know I used to do that. I used to be like, yo, go look at table 17, table 17. I used to have, when I was waitressing, I had so much fun. I used to have all the guy waiters would always say, yo, go check out my table 23, tell me she's hot. And I'd be like, I'm a girl, why would I go check out your table and then come back and report to you and tell you that she's hot or not? But I always did. I used to be like, that's the thing for me. It's hard because I used to serve and I used to be a waitress at a very high-end restaurant, okay? We had wine and I had to wear a tie. Okay, it was the Olive Garden. But that's fancy. Trust me, it's fancy to a whole lot of folks. And I got ran ragged. I'm talking about people thought I was their butler. I had this lady ask me if I would go across the street and get her some aspirin. I'm like, ma'am, it doesn't state in my contract that if I get hit by a car because I'm crossing the street to get your aspirin that they're gonna pay for my medical bills, so no. Just learned so much about people in general being in the serving industry. You will learn that people treat waitresses and waiters and servers like crap, like straight crap. So that's why I am so forgiving when I get bad service. I don't really like saying anything anyway when I get bad service because I know what the kitchen can be like. Depending on the restaurant, I'm not saying anything. No. But it's like, I get it. I know you got 5 tables. I know you just got sat. I know the hostess hates you. I know she doesn't care that you haven't even gotten their drink order yet and you have a 10 top. I understand your pain, man. I just want some ketchup. Can I get some ketchup? And I don't care. I'll grab other servers. I'll be like, hey. When she come back around, I'm gonna get some ketchup from her, okay? That's how you gotta be sometimes in a restaurant. You have to actively participate in this. It's not a game. You can't just sit around and wait for them to bring food for you. No. You're not gonna get any napkins that way. There's gonna be no refills for you. I've been called complete, utterly just shocking names just because I got a drink order wrong. And I've done some stuff. I remember it was lunchtime. It was a transition between lunchtime and dinner time, so it was really dead in the restaurant. There really wasn't that many tables. There's probably like maybe 3 or 4 families in the whole entire restaurant. So I was getting some stuff done. You know, you have things you have to do. You have to keep the dishes clean or whatever. You have different side work that you have to do and complete. Mine was getting the freshly washed glasses from the kitchen into the lane where they could be used by the employees of the Darden restaurants. So I said, all right, fine. I'm not gonna bring one tray. There's one, like, what is the best way I can describe? Crate. Okay, there's a crate of glasses and it's about this high and it's got glassware in it. And if you're smart, you could take that crate of glass as soon as it comes out of the dishwasher and walk your happy tail up to the lane and take out the glasses one by one, like a smart girl should. Well, I like to do things a little bit dangerously. And I waited. I would go back to the kitchen, I'd be like, man, that's not tall enough, I'll be back. And I go check and I'd be like, it's not tall enough, I'll be back. And then I came back and the stack was like as tall as me. And I was like, maybe I should take them out now because I can't take that top one off, so I'm just gonna push the whole thing. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So I'm walking and I'm pushing this huge stack on passing tables, and the people at the tables are like, it's like this kind of incline that you have to go up, and it was like that. It wasn't that much. But when you have like 40 pounds of glassware, you kind of gotta push it up, right? And it got stuck a little bit. And I was like, man, what in the world is in the way? And I'm looking around, I didn't see anything because it was invisible, whatever it was. So I gave it a nice little nudge. And you know, if you're pushing a stack, you should probably push from the down to the bottom. And I didn't. And I pushed it in the middle. And it went like this. Bam! And it all fell. I jumped out of the way. I was okay. Not a scratch on me. Unfortunately, the glasses made a loud crash bang and everybody was looking at me, but I only broke one glass. Amazing, right? Just one glass. I dropped them all. I remember I was walking out and I had 2 dishes like that. Physics, Michelle! And I grabbed the first plate to hand it and this whole tray said bloop and went behind me, and I was like, oh. Just kidding, that wasn't yours. Your dish is in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Don't even look at that. I remember I had a table. It was a tin top. What a tin top means is there are 10 people who are sitting at the table. So a tin top. I had a tin top and I mixed up credit cards. I charged one thing to one person's credit card and one thing to somebody else's credit card. Thankfully, everything got sorted out. I was beyond embarrassed and I could not believe I had messed up so badly. But at the end of it all, everybody was like, you did a great job, pat me on the back. So anyway, as I'm saying goodbye, I'm asking people, do they need to go plates? This lady looks at me and she was like, it's just her IQ. I'm like, what does that mean? And she goes, your idiot quotient. So having been a waitress, I tend to kind of have a lot of grace with servers. I got left a 15-cent tip one time. Actually, I got left a tip that said don't eat the yellow snow written on the receipt with no money. So tipping, whatever. It can be embarrassing if you go out with a certain group of people and you know they ain't gonna tip and they're gonna be real loud and they're gonna argue about the receipt and you're gonna split checks and they're gonna make sure that they had the water the entire time, and I just rather go by myself. What is it about waiting tables and being an alcoholic? It's like that's all everybody does after their shift. Going to the bar, going to the bar, let's go to the bar and drink. Okay, I was just thinking about that. It was on my mind. I had a question. What, for those of you guys, for everybody who is a server, have you ever been in a situation where you have a person and they eat the food and the service is great and whatever, but they just don't have the money to pay for it? Do they call the cops and do they go to jail, or do they work out something, or what happens? Because I was having a debate with my husband. And I know gone are the days that you can go into the kitchen and work it off. Like, they ain't doing that mess no more. Yeah, let me know that, because I'm interested and I want to know. But I will talk to you guys later. Holla.